Tēnā koe, kia ora, hi, hello, no mai to a Reo Sound Energy kōrero. So for those who are new to our world, kia ora, my name's Josephine Tiripikarokoa, but you can call me Jo. And so we're just doing this quick video of our story so that you get a bit of insight into who I am a little bit and how I learned Reo Sound Energy from my main tūpuna, Te Kooti and Tūpuna. So I hope you enjoy the kōrero. Okay, so just a little bit about who I am and where I'm from. So I carry the last name Rokoa, which is Dad's last name. So he hails from Te Whakatohia no Pōtiki mai Tawhiti and Ngati Tū Wharetua. But I was born and raised in Pōneke, Wellington, alongside my older brother, and we were raised by our mum. So Gracie Olsen was her name, OHLSON. So her bloodlines take us to Norway and Orkdalen, and then closer to home, Maunga Pōhatu, Ruatahuna, Nuhaka, Uwawa on the east coast, and Te Whaiti. So Te Whaiti is where I have my strongest connection because that's where all the memories are. That's where Mum and them were born and bred, as well as in Ruatahuna as well. But Waikotikuti Marae is the spot. And so Tūwatawata is our maunga, Whirinaki a Tāne is our awa, but Mangamate Waterfall is where we all go. Kahurangi is our wāhi tapu, Hinenui Te Pō is our whare tūpuna, and Whare Pākau is our tūpuna, therefore Ngāti Whare is our iwi. So that's a little bit about me. When it comes to Te Kooti, I haven't really found a bloodline connection to him, but he's definitely my whakapapa by association. So he began the Ringatu faith, which is quite strong back home in Ruatahuna. And then also he opened up our wharenui in Te Whaiti called Eripitana. Okay, so just a few significant things from my younger years that are relevant to how we do Reo Sound Energy today. So number one is that Te Ao Mauri was very much in our whare. So wairoatanga and matakite experiences were quite normal. So one of our nannies was a well-known matakite. So receiving your kōrero, what people today would look at as like what your readings from a psychic or a clairvoyant, was just normal. It was just kōrero, and your kuia or your kraua would just share them with you. So that was normal. Talking about your dreams, having heightened spiritual experiences, that was quite normal as well, and we openly talked about it all within the whānau, not outside the whānau though. So wairoatanga was quite normal, and it was alongside religion as well. So Mum and them were Presbyterian, so there was a lot of Sunday school visits and church on Sundays, Bibles. So I was quite interested in Bibles, also even Jehovah Witness as well, because Dad's side, some of them are Jehovah Witnesses. So the children's book of Bible stories is what we grew up with. So yeah, had the best of both worlds. Also before bedtime, Mum would read to us and also make us read and learn specific karakia, waiata and himene. So yeah, so Te Ao Māori and religion were side by side in our whānau. Koro was the one that would usually hand over my kōrero. So my matakititanga was quite strong as a kid. I would suppress quite a lot though, quite a lot of the experiences, and I had no memories right up until age 7, and even memories between 7 and 9 were quite blurry. I've been able to sort through them now, but yeah, there were just a lot of experiences that were very suppressed. My negative emotions, suppressed them all. I would never ever let out my ugly, and that lasted for a very long time. So that's quite relevant to Reo Sound Energy on the healing path. But yeah, Koro was the one who would hand over my kōrero, and they were quite significant because they played a big part in why I did what I did. So one of the main kōrero that Koro passed over was telling me to not go looking for anything that was of a spiritual nature or a matakite nature, to not go looking for it, and that when the time was right, it would come looking for me when I was ready. So that was quite important, because then that made sure that I didn't go looking. I only went to a psychic once, and that was for my brother after our mum passed away, and I didn't feel good after that, so I just never went looking for it. But if it was around me, because I was fully aware of it, I would do what I needed to do there, and also knew how to protect myself as well. So the karakia helped, knowing how to bless water and clear a space helped as well. And so yeah, those are the big significant things that are relevant. And so now our journey into Reo Sound Energy and me actually consciously accessing the Matakite gifts with Te Kooti by my side teaching me. So again, suppressing my Matakite gifts and suppressing those experiences was the norm right up until 2017. So 2017 was when it finally came looking for me, and I can't even tell you how happy I was that day. But it walked through my door and I was ready for it. It was delivered by my neighbour. So my neighbour became my first mentor. And so at first, Te Kooti had to go through her to pass me my kōrero, just as my koro used to. And so for the first 3 years of the mahi, she was there to help and guide me, especially when I needed to open up my gifts, because it was quite overwhelming, because I'd suppressed it for so long, from age 11 right up until age 33. So that's 22 years of suppression, and we had to go through it all, and also a lot of the ugly traits as well as negative emotions as well. So I had to get to know the negative emotions and be okay with them and learn that they're just part and parcel with being human and there's nothing wrong with them and stuff like that. It was a bit of a journey, so I'm glad she was by me for my first 3 years. The biggest thing that she helped with though was connecting with Te Kooti. So I did have to learn about energy chakras, but not the way that energy chakras is taught online or through yoga practices today. It was just through Te Reo Mauri. And so with Te Kooti, it was all about tuning into the colours in Te Reo Mauri. So Waiporoporo for violet and Kōwhai for yellow were the first two colours to tune into. So at that time, I hadn't really learnt about the vibration of the sound. And so what I needed to do was use my sight in order to tune into the words. So whenever I would tune into Waiporoporo, that would usually mean violet. So I would see violet, but what I would see would be ngā waionga poroporo. So the flow of the poroporo being the galaxy. So poro for me were like planets, and the poroporo were just the fact that there were a lot of planets which made a galaxy, and their way was just the flow that came from them. So whenever I saw Waiporoporo, that's what I would see, and I would see it coming through the top of my head. Now, one of my other Matakite gifts was the ability to see my energy as animals, and others as well, if they allow me. So seeing energy as animals, so getting to know that part of you that resonates with a particular way an animal is. So here in the rangi, so we call this the rangi, where your Waiporoporo comes in, is where all of the tohora live, so whale energy. And so through here I would always see my oka and spend some time with my oka in our wairua. So meditation became a part of our daily routine, because it was through meditation that I'd be able to exercise my sight, enhance it, look after it, manage it, and just really learn to live with it, so be able to live in the seen and unseen at the same time. Meditation was the way to strongly access it, but now it's just part and parcel. So when you get really good at meditating, then you don't need meditation to access it. It's just a part of your sight, as it used to be when I was a kid. So I had to restore that first. And so with that flow, that's when Te Kooti was able to actually finally kōrero to me directly. So because I was still quite skeptic and doubtful of myself at that time, it was hard to discern between doing the mahi with Te Kooti and making it up in my head. So it was great to have my mentor there, because she was a really good checker. She could check for me. And so when I got quite good, that's where I started learning a hākara and learning about just the vibration of Te Reo after that. So after the 3 years, it was time to move on to a new mentor who came into my life at a writing workshop. And so from there, she helped me with learning about the manawa space and leading a lot from the manawa space, especially when it came to what I perceived as the ugly side and negative emotions. I really did need my manawa in order to be the gauge without getting lost in the dark energy that comes with trauma, with healing mamai, with feeling dark emotions for the first time. No, it can be quite overwhelming. And so having my mentor in the manawa space was immensely helpful. So that's where Reo Sound Energy properly was birthed. Now, my mentor for the manawa space was very different. She was much softer, a lot more caring, very different to my previous mentor, where she was more about like, let's just get the job done. So with the first mentor, it was about normalizing matakite, so making it day-to-day part of our lives, building emotional intelligence, not just for me but for my son as well. So I would learn it and then teach it, and he got really good at it. He's even better at it than I am right now. And then it was also around self-awareness as well, so building up that level of self-awareness to the point where you just know yourself so well it's very difficult for anyone to tell you about you. So learning who I was, learning about my energy and managing those emotions. It was also important to practice receiving kōrero as well as retrieving kōrero, and then knowing when your ego is making up kōrero, you know. So practicing that, and then working with dark energy. So it's almost like an introduction to dark energy. So clearing my surface level makatu, surface level projections, knowing how to lift off dark energy off of myself, off of spaces, off of objects even, and getting really good at understanding dark energy and the entities that work on that level as well. So that was all with the first mentor. So I did need a really hard worker there, someone to really push me through all of that. But the manawa space was very different. So there was a transition period where I needed to understand that that's what was happening. And so once I really fully embraced the manawa space, then the inner child, mahi, can show me everything to do with love. So intimate relationships became a thing again, which was hard for me because I swore off relationships at age 22. I was very much out of practice. So diving back into the dating pool was very difficult. Not only my own inner child had come in, but also I was beginning to open up to te ao kiko, so what I call the baby realm. So your own inner child is still connected to te ao kiko, and so understanding that there are babies coming in, there are babies going out, you know, and understanding also that there are some babies that I needed to prepare my body for. And so I needed to clear a lot from my womb, which is what brought forth some intergenerational trauma for the wahine and our whānau. So going back, I think 15 generations in total, clearing all of that out. So a lot of the manawa space work that I needed to do, and embodying the child version of myself in my adult body, I did need a caring and loving and softer mentor, and she was perfect. She is perfect for this job. And so that's basically Reo Sound Energy, because after doing all of those things, when you kind of go through things by experience, then you live and embody it, and you trust it. And the confirmation that you need when you are learning from somebody that is not physically here is huge. And so going through it, experiencing it, and trusting that you're on the right track, that's where Reo Sound Energy helped, because we previously had been tuning into just the words, whereas the confirmation that I needed for my heart space was within the sounds of those words. So that was the next level deeper. And so anything that I went through, there was a word for it that explained what I had done, how I had done it, where I'd done it from. And so that's where Reo Sound Energy is quite helpful, because it is that validation as well as that instruction. So I had to learn it by doing first and then learning later. Whereas now with Reo Sound Energy, it'll be great, or it is great, to be able to share, so anyone who's going through it has got some kind of validation. So whenever I ask myself what makes you qualified to even share this mātauranga or this knowledge or this kōrero, I remember hearing qualified by experience, QBE. And then there are some things in literature as well that you can access to that's quite similar. A lot of te ao Mauri pūrākau, so stories, a lot of kupu, a lot of waiata, mō tiatia and karakia will also be great validation. But that's basically our story. So thank you for watching our kōrero. I hope the history about myself and Te Kooti and how Reo Sound Energy began helps in you maybe trusting us with the kōrero that we share, knowing a little bit more now of whether or not we'll vibe or not, and if Reo Sound Energy can help you. And so with all of the mahi that we've done over the last 8.5 years, again, the Reo Sound Energy kōrero, or the mātauranga, the knowledge that comes up, helps with doing the inner mahi when you're just growing as a person, helps with the internal side of healing when going through trauma and mama, and understanding the spiritual experiences in space, and then balancing wairua. So the digital resources and the kōrero we share will just be different types of examples on how Reo Sound Energy helps us with all of that. So we are going to grow and would love for you to grow with us. So if we are your vibe, it'll be great to work with you. Otherwise, thank you for stopping by. Ka kite, have a beautiful day. Bye.